All right, guys, welcome back. It's that time for our budget. I haven't done it since I think the 16th, if I'm not mistaken, was the last budget I did with you guys. I think it was the 16th. Let me see. Where's my calendar? Today's March 1st. So the last one I did was the 16th. I didn't get to do it last week because I did have my grandkids here. They slept over for the weekend. So clearly, doing a budget while their grandkids are here, it's not a good thing. Because all you're going to do is hear Mickey Mouse or Nico's going to come try to grab every single pen or pencil or anything that's on my desk. So yeah, let's see. So the first thing, clearly first, is always to do the reconciliation. Let's see, a bunch of stuff did come in. I know that for a fact. So let me see, where did I leave off? Alright, so it was the 16th, and got my pen here. So clearly I got a bunch of deposits that came in that I haven't put in here yet. So let's do that first, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, let's do this again. Oh my goodness. So apparently something happened and it cut off. So everything that has come in, I wrote it down. Don't forget, we're closing February to start our March. And I do have the setup for March, and I will put that somewhere towards the end. I'll let you know when. So a few things here that I want to go over. Like my new little calculator, I'm loving it. So as you saw, I did put some in and outs because like there is some stuff that we sort of like budget, right? So like my sun run, which is my solar, we sort of budget. We put a sort of an amount that we believe is going to be it. So is the T-Mobile. It never is the same amount. So those are the ones we budget, right? Like the things that are not the same amount every single month. So for T-Mobile, we always take out 200, but it's not really 200 that comes out. And the same thing for the Sunrun, because the Sunrun is actually our solar and is based on how much energy we collected of the sun. So those, I had to bring them back in and then take the actual out. So the Sunrun, we always take out 140. And the Sunrun this month was actually $33.58. So that's the actual versus what we budgeted. And then the T-Mobile, I had to put it back in because T-Mobile was actually not 200. It was actually 194.75. So we bring it back in to take it back out, basically. So we can see the actual versus the budget amount. The other thing, we did have a few other deposits and some transfers over because I did get my bonus. It's that time of year. I always get my bonus in February. Never fails. You know, if you work for a good company, they would give you a yearly bonus and then they would give you a raise. So starting, I think on our next pay period, they should give me my increase. And it rotates back to the beginning of January. And then, but that will be for the March 15th paycheck. And then the other thing that came in was the bonus. I usually break my bonus down on, you know, it goes into the direct deposits. So I had to like bring them all into the main, so then I can transfer them back out into the savings, basically. So that's what I ended up having to do. So our ending balance, $83.50.01, that's gonna go into March. So that balance, we need to bring it into our March register, which we need to bring it over here. And usually my close out and then the beginning of the month, the video is always a little longer, so I want to apologize. So the beginning balance of 3/1, which is today, and our balance, it's $83.50.01, and then I'm gonna clear it because everything has cleared. There's nothing pending from February, basically. Now I'm gonna go in and then I'm gonna write down all of our physical bills that are gonna come out for March. We're gonna bring them here. So of course I'm right-handed, so you gotta give me some space here. But I will not bore you with that. I must speed it up. right, guys. So a few things. February was a short month, as we know. So my Best Buy ended up coming out in February instead of March. So clearly it came out here at the end of February because of the short month. That always happens. And so I didn't remove it from here because it already came out here. That only happens in February because of the short month. That's what's so great about always having a cushion on your account. And then when things come out when you don't expect them, clearly it don't bounce on your account. But besides that, all right, so we ended up putting everything here except for the Best Buy, clearly. So let's tally it up and see how much we got. Okay, so after we tally everything up, we have $3,991 left over. I always leave myself a $500 cushion in this account. So after I reduce the 500, that's what we're gonna end up transferring to the savings. So I'm gonna transfer $3,491.44 to the savings. Also, I'll do that later on because if not, the video will be longer. Also, a few things will change in April, now that I'm here. And what's going to change in April is we will have a few more bills coming out in April because we have the things in Tennessee actually starting to, start right in April. So if you see over here somewhere, I had to put a deposit down for the Twin Lakes, which is our internet for Tennessee. They're gonna come in a couple of weeks to add the internet. So I had to do a deposit. So starting in April, I will have a Twin Lakes bill added to my regular bills. So we're gonna have two, I guess, internets, right? We're gonna have the one in Connecticut and we're gonna have the one in Tennessee. The other thing that's gonna happen in April is instead of the minimum charge of $15 to the energy, which happened also at the end of February because February is short, we're also going to have a bigger bill in April for the energy because we're actually staying in Tennessee, so the power is going to be more, right? So it's going to not be 15. So that's something to think about. That's why I'm leaving the extra cushion. I'm glad I have the extra cushion. I'm hoping we don't use more than the $500, but we'll get there when we get there. We're transferring $3,000 into the savings, so no matter what, I still have some extra money in there, so that should be fine. The next thing we need to reconcile is our sinking funds, so let's go there. And I don't think I've done a lot with the sinking funds. We are clearly in February, so if you've seen those cooking videos in my YouTube, is because we are in the no spend month. You're supposed to use what you have in your pantry. If you've never seen those kind of videos, my suggestion is go back. Saves you a lot of money. Is no spend. You're not supposed to spend any money. You're supposed to just use what you got, be creative with the food, that kind of stuff. So let's see, the last deposit also here was the 16th, so I'm gonna go there, see what we got. Did I do Huntress County 225? So the taxes came out for the Tennessee 5590 cap cut. Oh, I brought the new software, so I found out that it was the software giving me issues also as well with editing my videos. So I ended up with membership last time $55.90. The $637 for Paramount Plus came in. So this was all on 2/16. So let's put 2/16 on there so we don't get confused. Now the next thing over that happened was 2/20. So don't forget that this is all paper for me. My envelopes are actually on my phone on my Simple Budget, and that's how I keep my daily track, is on the Simple Budget to let me know what I have in each envelope. So technically I don't have to force myself to do this every single time I purchase something in my envelope. So if you haven't done it, Simple Budget on your app is actually a great app to have to keep your envelopes on track until you're able to do this on paper. So we have 120 for Aldi, so that's groceries. Stop and shop. We did 78.20. Insta was 07 cents. I guess it would be the same. So it's the no spend challenge. So this thing, I only went in and purchased what I needed. Let's see. Can't. Let me do this first and then I'll come back and explain. Alright guys, so our ending balance is $50.34.96 for the sinking funds. I had to go into Amazon and I wasn't recording, sorry, to see where the Amazon stuff was supposed to go, and a few was groceries, and one was medical. The reason we have $5,000 is because of my my bonus. So my bonus gets sporadically spread throughout the many accounts you have, I guess, with your direct deposit. So clearly I got a double deposit because one, I ended up getting paid around the same time, plus I got the double bonus. So clearly I got more into the sinking funds that I really should not have. So one of these we're gonna reduce because it's not gonna be part of here. We're gonna transfer it out because we don't need the 1080, right? So we're transferring one of the 1080 out. So technically we have 39.54.96 basically in the account for our sinking funds. Now that's our actual sinking funds amount. As far as for the groceries during the month of no spend, right? So I did have some huge amounts in there for groceries, but it was because once I decided that technically, oh, it's February, it's supposed to be no spend, you're supposed to use everything you have, I came to a realization I didn't have any meat in my freezer, so I had to go buy meat. You need meat to cook, come on. So I did spend money, but it was more for meat versus other things. I did not buy anything else except for meat. That's what that was for, which made me a little upset because I did want to do the no spend, but actually I can do it in March, or you can do it any month. It doesn't have to be in February. I mean, come on. So let's highlight. That's the best part of my day, is always highlighting. So now before I go highlighting, I do have to reduce all the ones that I have not done. So I want to say I did up to here, but I did not highlight it. So let's highlight memberships, membership, but I did take them out of my bucket. Groceries is pink, other is purple. So these were already reduced. So let me reduce now, obviously, the new stuff that came in. So we had groceries 120, 78.28. So all of this was really meat. After I decided not to do the no challenge, I realized I had no meat in my freezer. And then going forward, what we're changing is that clearly we are not. So I had to stop all of the subscriptions in Amazon because we're trying to limit the amount of things we have in our home. So if we do end up leaving permanently to Tennessee, which we don't know yet, right? Because we're still in the middle of it all. I don't have a lot of things. So I'm going to have to buy as I go just to limit the amount. So like right now when we end up leaving for the March trip, we are taking as many things as we can that we don't need in Connecticut, but we can still take it to Tennessee because it's not, it's not needed here in Connecticut. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm gonna screw something up. 1462. Home is 5602. Other is 20. And car 928. Okay, so that's all of them. What was I saying? So we're trying to limit the amount of things that we have, basically, because of us trying to leave, right? So if we end up leaving, then we don't have a lot of things to take with us. Home is orange. Other is so that's the actual, the plan itself. So it's like, let me move you forward. Okay, now I'm more comfy. I was so uncomfortable a minute ago. Okay, so now I get to calculate the buckets that we have here. So let's speed this up. Okay, guys, I also wanted to show you really quick my envelopes. So we're in March, but for some reason, I am still trying to figure out this envelope thing. I'm always having to adjust every time in the beginning of the month because for some reason, the rollover part of it is still not working for me. So in February, I did realize that in February, you can't have a budget within your envelope because it's gonna automatically add the balance and the deposits in there. So I had to remove that. As you can see, my balances all match because I do go in there and I do put as the transaction goes. But for some reason, when you go into March, you see it's saying that I have $2,119.72, and that's a lie because at the end of February, I should have had $1,794.96. Okay. So when we look at it, I don't know why it's giving me a rollover negative 33.35 because my balance should have been 32.78. So every month it seems like I got to go in here and do this, right? To balance out. The car has 424.07, so I don't know why the car didn't work either. So I got to go in there and constantly like fix it. So that's the only thing right now that's annoying. I don't get it. Like right now you see it's 202.30 for the clothes. The clothes is fine. Groceries, for some reason it says 248.23. Clearly that's not what I have. I have 32.78. So I gotta go here and fix it to 32.78. Not sure why it's doing that. Oh, sorry, the car was not. I did the wrong envelope. 424.07. So every single beginning of the month, why I have two cars? Lord, what is going on? Is car close? Why did this one say car when it's technically close? I don't know what's going on with this thing. So I gotta change the close to 202.30. So it seems like every month, for some reason, now I have two clothes. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this thing right now, but it was closed, car closed. I have an extra envelope for some reason. Let me just delete one of these clothes. Can I delete it? I hope so because I don't need it. So this is what I mean. Like for some reason, that's so weird. Okay, so 424.07, 202.30. So this is the only thing. I find myself every month having to fix something. But for it being free, I'm already doing this. So I'm okay with going in here and fixing my balances, basically. It doesn't bother me because I'm already fixing all this stuff. The only thing I did realize was that, membership for the I just have to go in there and do my deposit for each envelope every month because for some reason the rollover really doesn't give me. I don't know why it does that, actually. I really don't know, but I do like it because it's free. I mean, it's something that I don't have to pay for, and it's something that I'm already doing here in the book. I can take 2 seconds in the beginning of every month and just go in here and fix my balances, if you think about it. It doesn't bug me. The only one that's correct is the taxes and the Christmas. So you see, now I'm in March. So like now, because I am funding all of my envelopes now for beginning of March, now I have to go in here for every single one and just do a deposit of every envelope, because technically it didn't do it, because for some reason the budget part, I don't like it, because it's giving you the whole sum of it right here, right now. And technically the funding doesn't happen for me until the beginning of the month. So the money is not actually there yet until like March 1st. And I don't want to see, you know, $6,000 when really it's not $6,000, it's supposed to be $3,000. So that's why I rather just do it this way, where I know, okay, right now we are doing the deposit. So I'm just gonna go in here and do the deposit for it and call it a day for each single envelope, right? So then I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna deposit the $4.55 for the groceries. I'm gonna go in and do the taxes. Let me go one by one before I screw up again. Gonna go in and do the taxes, deposit, and then memberships. I'm gonna go in and do the memberships, deposit 60. I mean, it only takes a few seconds. The car we already did. Christmas, let's deposit the money, 170. Can you guys see that? Because it's really dark. I'm sorry. I did the clothes already. Yes, we did the clothes. Did I do the home? I did not do the home. So let's deposit the home, 335. Medical, did I do the medical? Medical, nope. So let's deposit the 260 for medical. Save. And I think we did the other, did we? Medical. So you see, now they look. Now medical. Deposit 100. So now this balance is going to be my March beginning balance starting in March. That's the only issue that I have found with this, you know, this app in general. But it's free. I don't pay for it. Clearly. I mean, they don't have a lot of options, but it's free. So I don't care. If you want to pay for the amount that gives you more option, you can go for it. But I feel like for it being free for what I need it for, I don't care. It's actually not bad, because you know what? This is my baby right here. The book itself is my baby. So I don't want, you know, to pay for something that's not actually my baby. So now here, I'm going to go and put the ending balance of each one to make sure that I am balanced for each envelope before I transfer it over to March, because then this is going to be the balance that's going to go over to start my March numbers. And you want to make sure that you are balanced to the bank with your March number. So it should be the 3954. Like, my bank doesn't say it right now because it's gonna take a minute before the transfer goes over, because I do have to I do have to take the time to transfer over the 1080 that's there, that doesn't belong there. But once I transfer that over, you technically should end up with what you have in the bank. I hope that makes sense. So I'm transferring it right now just so I don't forget, to the savings. Does this happen automatically, or I might have to wait? Might have to wait. 37. Okay. So I am off by a couple of dollars, I think like $70, but I know what's the reason, and that doesn't happen till March. And because the February is short, some stuff is popping up in February instead of March. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the deposit to to each envelope, which is exactly what we just did to the electronic envelope. And now each one should have the exact amount that I need. $455. So now we have to go ahead and calculate each one. So let me go do that. All right, as you guys saw, I went in and I balanced to each envelope. So now this amount clearly totals the $39.54.96, which is what should be in your bank account. So I have a difference, but it's because, like I was saying before, February is short, so my medical stuff came out, which is usually does not happen till the end of, into the beginning of March. So I had the medical that came out, which is $70, and I had the savings, the $10 challenge for each envelope. So do I balance now? $37.94.96. $37.94.96. Nope, I don't balance. I got, so here's where a scrap piece of paper comes in handy. That's the amount we got. And I have $37.88.59. $6.37 is the difference. Oh, the Pandora. Did I not take Pandora out? I did take out Pandora. $6.37. There's gotta be another $6.37. Peacock. We forgot Peacock, people. Peacock is $6.37. Too many. I actually have 3 memberships for $6.37. So each one clearly came out, and it confused me. So we gotta take out $6.37 again, because it's supposed to be 3. Yep. So now it's $164.47 minus $6.37 again, and it's supposed to be $158.10. And this is the reason why we end up doing it in pencil, because if you need to erase, my actual balance is supposed to be for this envelope $18.10, not the $224. So membership, we're gonna do the $6.37 here too, because apparently I missed it, and now we have the $218.10. Perfect. So now our balance here is supposed to be the $39.48.59, right? $39.48.59, but I have the $70 for the medical and the 90 for the savings that came out. So our balance is 37.88.59, and that's what I have in the bank. But because that stuff technically is supposed to be for March, not February, I am leaving it at 39.48.59, and that's the balance I'm gonna bring over to the sinking funds here, which is 39.48.59. This is our March balance. Oh, I wasn't even in this frame. I'm so sorry. 39.48.59 and 39.48.59. So now I have the medical CDC or CPC. And this is medical, which is the 70 that comes out every month. And then I have the savings challenge of 90 that gets transferred over to our account. And now our balance is 37.88.59. Right? And then now I have my envelopes already ready. And what I'm gonna do is I'm bringing over all these balances to each one of these. So let's do that. Alright, so I went in and I took out the $10 for each for the savings challenge, and I did the 70 for the medical, and then now my balance is exactly what I have in the bank, which is the 37.88.59. And then now I'm gonna do it in my envelopes so we can balance. Alright guys, so there you have it. 37.88.59, 37.88.59, 37.88.59. So now this part right here, we're just gonna go in and add up everything that we spent for each envelope, and that's what's gonna go here. So let's get started. So let me explain this section. The easiest way for you to find out how much you spend in each envelope, instead of calculating each thing that's actually highlighted, you take the bottom number minus the top number, and that's what's gonna go on your February number. Then you're gonna tally up the February. So for groceries, I spent $592.19. I'm gonna take that $592.19 plus the $226.02. I got $818.21 for the total. And then that number for the total is what's gonna go on your February under your March budget. So I got $818 21, because we're continuing the tally of each envelope so we can know how much we spent for the year, how we did it over here. If I can find it. So here was my whole entire total for the whole entire year for each envelope. And then we did our little calculation. So that's how it goes. So let me speed it up now so you're not here forever. Alright guys, that's it. So here is our total numbers of how much we have spent so far. We are ending with the 3,991, but we're transferring the 3,000, at least 500 or 400 into the savings for that one, and 3,788.59. And here is the envelopes. So we do have a lot of changes coming in the next couple of months. Clearly, if we sell this house, we will be completely debt free. So we're almost there. We are almost there. We only have, a few things that's still lingering over our heads, but this journey has been long. No one said it would be easy. And if it was, everybody would be doing it. Remember that. So stay safe, stay on to your budget, do what you have to do to get out of debt. So thank you for watching. God bless. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.